What's up, y'all? I'm here to give y'all the 3 best tips of how to win every solo queue game in Marvel Rivals. Like, these tips are going to help you automatically start winning, like, currently, like, right now. Like, go use them, like, after this video is done. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And the 3 tips I have for y'all today are using natural cover, pressuring enemies without kill farming, and watching ults. First tip I want to talk to y'all about is natural cover. You do not have to always rely on a tank for their shields, or if you're playing tank, their shields. I'm gonna be honest with you. I literally just got off a game, like quite literally, just put this down so I can record this. And we won because I started using natural cover. Now, I'm a tank main, so I was playing tank. And I'm not gonna lie, we was playing a convoy map, and we was getting busted the first 2 points. And I was like all wide out, and I was all in the wide open, trying to shield my teammates, when I just realized it'll be better if I die less and stay alive more. That way it'll be more time for us to really get into a flow of things. And that's actually what happened. I actually had the least amount of deaths in the whole lobby. I had 6, and I really could have 4, but I was trolling at the end. But we on that 3rd point, I started using natural cover. I would use the natural cover in the map instead of just always relying on my shield. And I played Strange that map. And if you shoot, hide between natural cover, shoot, hide between natural cover, shoot, hide, that's an extra shield, whether you're DPS, heals, and tank. If you just use natural cover, you'll take shots, it'll naturally take shots within the natural cover of the map. And that way you'll have an extra shield to live longer. So using natural cover is a great way to win more games. And like I said, we was getting destroyed. We ended up holding the last point, so they only got 2 points on that map. And then we came around and we beat them. We just had the momentum. And you can, on the pushing, you can use natural cover as in ways to take space. So when I see an aggressive team and they're playing really aggressive, and I see they got characters that can really deplete my shield, I like to take space with the natural cover. I might shield up a little bit, or I might just run along the map, and then I'll just hide myself right there in the natural cover, pop out, shoot, get back for cover, pop out, shoot, get back for cover. That way, if I'm alive long enough, even if my teammates are dying, don't worry about that. Still stay there in natural cover around the point. If your teammates are dying, that's what happened to my teammates. They were dying and stuff, but as long as I was still up, that forces people to be like, okay, at least we have some type of protection. And maybe that might even, on a side note, that might make them think like, all right, I need to play better. This dude's living even though we're getting thrashed on. Like, I need to play better. And so with that, you can use it to push as well, take space. And I feel like natural cover, that's the number one. That's one of those tips. To me, I don't know. I feel like that's the number one tip in my opinion. That will win you more games, just taking natural cover. Just believe me. Like your rank will just take these tips right here. The natural cover thing, and I can do a separate video on what natural cover is and the whole concept of that too. So just let me know. The second tip I have for you guys is to not overly kill farm. And when I mean that, I mean you don't have to go crazy with the kills to win games. I mean, if you're going off, yes, it's like in basketball. I mean, obviously, if you can score more points, I would never tell you not to score more points. But you do not have to overly kill farm to win your ranked games and to rank up. I teach, or I ain't even say teach, I preach pressure over anything. If you got the top 2 killers on the enemy team, and you notice that they're getting a lot of kills on y'all and stuff, so obviously you have to search them out and pressure them. So pressure could get them, every time they come into a fight, you get them at 1, and then they back off, or they have to misdirect their plan. Pressure over anything. Even when that comes to healers, you might necessarily not have to kill the healers all the time, but if you get the healers to half or to 1, they'll back up out of the team fight, which in the long run, your team will steamroll the front line because the back line has backed out. Because what do we all do when we get down to half or even down to 1?
we get out of the fight or we go grab some cover. So with no heals, the team in the front line will get steamrolled. And that way you will be able to kill in the front line. So pressure over anything. That's just really what I preach. I mean, sometimes chasing kills will get you out of position. I don't know, it's something in our head. We all get it. We might get them at 1 and we're like, oh my gosh, I have to go get them. Like literally, like I have to go get them like now, like let me go get them. And then you look back and you might even go get the kill. Sometimes you get the kill, sometimes you don't. And you look back and the teams are fighting and they're at a disadvantage because maybe you're out of the picture. Say you get that 1 kill. Now it's essentially it's 5-on-6. Now you look back, one of your teammates, really it's 5-on-5 because you're out of the picture. And then one of your teammates dies. Now it's 5-on-4 and you're out of the picture and you're having to run back to the fight. And then it's just a trickling effect where they just dominate you. And then you run back into the fight and it's probably you and one other person alive. And now it's a 5v2. And at that point, that person that you chased the kill is probably on the way back, if not back in the fight. And it's really a 6-on-2. So that's another thing. Chasing kills and always wanting to get kills can bring you out of position. So that's why you need to just pressure over anything. If a kill comes, it comes. I mean, it's been plenty of maps. We done got first point or pushed the payload to the first point. And everybody on my team has had like, 2 or 3 kills. But we have no deaths or 1 death. But the other team, they got like 2, 3 deaths. But it doesn't matter because it's the pressure. They're just constantly having to back up, giving up space. And like we said in tip 1, use natural cover. And it's all like a building block. And we just push the payload without much action. Because the pressure is you're just gonna innately want to back up. When you see it, you just gotta think about it like on the other foot. If you see your health bar going down real low, you're gonna want to back up and get out of the fight. You're not gonna just want to stay there and take damage and die on the point. It's just a reactionary thing. We're just gonna want to back up and get out of the fight. And that's all I got for y'all for tip 2. My last tip for y'all in this video is Old Watch. Old Watch has a bunch of different variations and things you need to look for. So I'm gonna just try to run through it real quick. As far as Old Watch, we could break it down into healers and we could break it down into others. So it's really 2 parts. With healers, you basically watch your enemies' ults, let them rip their ults. You wait, be patient. Don't try to do anything dumb. Try your best to live through the healing ult. And then you either if you're playing healer or your teammates playing healer, let them know to rip theirs, or you rip it right after waiting through the enemy healer's ults. And boom, that's like free healing, free advantage, free space, to be honest. Some quick things I would say with cloak ult. When enemy cloak ult rips their ult, please do not rip your healing ult after that. Just wait it out, be smart like you would any other ult, and let it go away, and then you can use another healing ult, your healing ult on the offensive. And that's vice versa with any ult, healing ult, bro. Unless your teammate's really getting low from the space that the enemy team is taking from their healing ult, then you rip it. But try to hold it and just use it for the fight after. Not the fight after, but the seconds after that enemy healing ult. And then offensive ults, you have to know the defensive counters. And I could just rip some examples real quick. If they have a Punisher, Star-Lord, you can go Mag. Basically, when they rip their ults, rip your Mag's ult, absorb all the damage, throw it right back at them. Obviously, Mag takes out every healer. When Loki clones, Cloak, obviously, wait for the 3 ashes. Invis, Luna, Gambit, I believe, just takes out a bunch of different ults. Emma Frost, she's another good one. She basically counters Scarlet Witch and Star-Lord. When those 2 pop their ults, you pop yours right after and aim your little mind control thing right at the Star-Lord or the Scarlet Witch, and she'll take control of them and it'll cancel out their whole ult. Main thing with Old Watch I can really say is just be in the know of who's got who. If you notice, the enemy team hasn't popped their 2 healing ults or 3 healing ults in a while, just watch out for that. Know that that's going to be coming, especially if you're like dominating them and you're like, ooh, I'm about to get this last point, or it's coming to the end of the round. They haven't popped the ult yet. Just be on notice of that. And also, don't hold your ults too long. You need to rip them as timely and as smartly as possible to take advantage of the fights. So that way, once you get rid of it, we can start building ult charge for the next fight. The more ults we use, the more times we're gonna win that round, that game. And that's really all I got for y'all for that third tip and final tip. And that's the outro for this video. 3 tips right there that'll help you rank up in your solo queue games this season in Marvel Rivals. And y'all just be tuned in for more, bro. We about to go up this year. Y'all just stay tuned. Drop any more suggestions or topics y'all want to hear in the comments. Let's go.